What is post-purchase dissonance? A type of cognitive dissonance called post-purchase dissonance is studied in the field of market behavior. This kind of purchase regret happens when a customer really wants a certain product and buys it, but then is unhappy with the quality of the product or service. In e-commerce, this is a common thing to do after a purchase. When a customer shops online, they can't see, touch, or try the product. This makes it hard for them to make a choice, and the product may not be what they thought it would be. E-commerce brands can plan for and lessen the effects of this post-purchase experience, making sure that shoppers, especially new customers, have a good time buying the company's products. Post-purchase dissonance versus buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse is a type of dissonance after making a buy. Buyers feel dissonance when a product doesn't live up to their standards. On the other hand, buyer's remorse is when a buyer regrets buying a product. A customer may have buyer's remorse if they buy something with money they don't have at the wrong time or by doing something that isn't right. Buyer's remorse usually happens after a big purchase, like a car, boat, or house. Post-purchase confusion, on the other hand, can happen after a small purchase, like clothes, food, or furniture. 3 causes of post-purchase dissonance. To learn more about how to make customers happy and lessen dissonance, think about the following things that can cause cognitive dissonance after a purchase. 1. Poor quality. If your product doesn't live up to the picture you used to sell it, customers may feel duped. Then your brand's image could be at risk, and people might talk about it, which could hurt sales. Impulse buying. Sometimes a consumer's choice or behavior when buying not a brand's flaw can lead to conflict after the purchase. If a customer buys something quickly without giving it much thought, they might not know what they got. This can make people unhappy when they get their goods and it's not what they thought it would be. 3. Lack of information. Customers should know what to expect from a product by looking at its details and measures. Sometimes a picture doesn't show how big a product is, so the more information you can give, the better. How to minimize post-purchase dissonance. E-commerce marketers should pay close attention to how customers act and be aggressive in their marketing to make sure that post-purchase dissonance doesn't have too much of an effect. Think about these ways to reduce confusion after a purchase. 1. Write clear product descriptions. Marketing management can reduce confusion before a buy by giving clear information about the product. This could include exact sizes, styles, rules, and other information that is needed to give the customer a good experience. Your team will be able to promote and sell the product to the right people if they do a lot of study on the market. 2. Make sure you have a return policy. In most businesses, if the return process goes smoothly, the customer will feel heard and valued instead of ripped off and ignored. 3. Train the people who work in customer service. Customers who have a good experience with customer service are more likely to buy from you again in the future. 4. Give details about the delivery. Customers like getting transactional emails that confirm their purchases and give them regular information on delivery. Based on where the package is, these updates can give an estimated time of arrival, ETA, and follow-up emails can let the customer know if the planned delivery time has changed. Post-purchase dissonance examples. Remember how I said that not all problems after a purchase are caused by the same thing? Well, post-purchase discord doesn't always show up in the same way either. When our most recent orders don't meet our expectations, we all react in different ways. In addition to falling to your knees and yelling, "Why me?" In the sky in sorrow, here are some of the most common ways people feel bad about something they bought. Buyer's remorse. Let's start with a big one, regretting something you bought. Oh no, this hurts. Buyer's remorse usually happens after spending a lot of money on a luxury item, but it can happen to anyone who buys something on a whim without studying first. It is most common for people who buy things like houses, the latest tech tool, pool, and hot tubs. Extravagant kitchen gadgets. Instruments. Even though there are a lot of happy owners of hot tubs and old guitars, buying this scale on a whim without doing the necessary study first is a quick way to end up in regret. During the pandemic, a lot of people rushed to buy houses. In a recent Wall Street Journal story, it was talked about how people, including our company, were lured into bidding on homes, often for much more than the asking price, because of the lockdown and the crazy interest rates. People are now beginning to buy coveted homes.